Hello, everybody. I'm just going to adjust my camera just a little bit. I was going to use my phone, and then the computer it is. All right. Hi, my name is Allie, also known as the Freckled Yogi, and I attended Marianne Wells Yoga School in July of 2017. And I really fell in love with that training and the whole experience because it really gave me the tools that I needed to be a good, competent, knowledgeable, and effective yoga teacher. And so I've loved teaching yoga ever since. I'm super excited to share this practice with you all today. We're going to be moving through a slow flow that's catered to all levels of practice. So there will be something for you if you're a beginner, or if you're advanced, you're going to have an option. So let's go ahead and grab our mats. If you have a block or a blanket or bolster, any props that you personally like to use and you have available to you, go ahead and grab those as well. A pillow, towel roll, and a stack of books can also work really nicely for your props if you need a substitute. Hello, Lisa, nice to see you. All right, let's go ahead and get going. So we're gonna go ahead and begin with your heels at the top of your mat. Begin to make a C shape with your body and roll all the way down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Once you find your way flat onto the earth, tuck your shoulder blades beneath of your body. Allow your toes to fall to the sides. If it's comfortable for you, gently close your eyes. Allow your awareness to begin to shift to your breath. Noticing the way each inhale travels in through your nose, down the back of your throat, into your lungs, and then all the way down to your belly. And as you exhale, the belly falls, the lungs relax, and the breath leads back out through the body. Continuing with these deep breaths down to the belly, through the nose. Imagine that each breath becomes slightly larger than the one before it. And know that at any time throughout the rest of this practice, and throughout the rest of your day, your breath is always there to anchor you to the present moment. And as you take your next exhale, begin to bring your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your shins, give them a good squeeze, maybe rocking left and right, or maybe just enjoying the stillness, whatever you need. And begin to flex your feet, pulling your toes towards your face, and point the feet, and flex, and point, flex, and point. Go ahead and take some ankle circles, moving the feet in one direction. And then reverse those circles. And find stillness through the feet. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, relax the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Feeling the entire spine flat on your mat. Go ahead and begin to bring the arms along the sides of the body. Bring your knees into your chest once again, and flex those feet, kicking the heels all the way up to the sky. Toes are pulling down towards your face. Low belly is pressing down through to the mat. Really press those heels up to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Begin to bend at the knees, bringing the shins parallel to the mat. Bring the hands directly behind the ears, elbows are spread wide, fingertips are pressing into the sides of the head, and begin to lift the shoulder blades up off the mat. Trying to bring the tips of the blade off of the earth. We're going to pull the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long. Bring your left elbow towards your right knee and begin to switch. Right elbow, left knee. Moving nice and slow, switch. Pressing the low belly down into your mat and switch. One more each side, switch and switch. Bring both the knees back into the chest, wrap the hands around the shins, and release the shoulder blades and the head back down onto your mat. Bring the right knee a little closer into your chest and release the sole of the left foot onto your mat. Make sure this right foot is flexed. Begin to cross the right ankle over the left knee and press the right knee forward. We're going to really make sure you keep that right foot flexed to protect your knee joint here. You're welcome to stay like this, or you can begin to lift up the left leg and interlace your hands behind your thigh. Really pressing the right knee forward. If you want, you can also interlace the hands around the outside of the left shin. Notice your breath down in your belly. And next exhale, gently release. Soles of both feet flat onto your mat. And begin to gently windshield wipe your knees left and right. Begin to find stillness in those legs. And we're going to pull the left knee into the chest. Wrap the hands around the shin. Flex the left foot. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Have a flower petal on me. Begin to press the left knee forward. Just like the other side, you can stay like this, or you can begin to lift up that right leg, interlacing your hands behind the thigh. Feel the entire spine pressing down into the mat. Hugging both legs really nice and tight into your chest. Imagine that you could breathe down into your hips, carrying a little bit of relief with every inhale and a bit of relaxation with each exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale, release. Soles of the feet flat on the earth and windshield wiper the knees. Find stillness. Begin to bring the knees back into the chest and extend your arms out wide to the side like airplane wings. If you're a little tight on space, you can also bend at the elbows to take a figure 4 with the arms and elbows. All right, make sure the entire spine is flat on the mat. Really press your shoulder blades down into the earth. We're going to bring the knees into the chest, and as we exhale, drop your knees off to the right side. making sure that the shoulder blades remain in contact with the mat. If you'd like to lessen the stretch, you can straighten out the legs a little bit, moving them further from your body. If you'd like to intensify the stretch, bring the knees closer up, and maybe even add the right hand on top of your left thigh. Whatever leg variation you have, go ahead and turn your head to look to the left. Notice your breath moving down to your belly. Breathing through the sticky spots and the twist of your spine. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, the left leg will lift and the right leg will follow. Make sure both of the shoulder blades are flat into your mat, and then drop your legs up to your second side. Modify this side exactly the way you did the other, and then turn your head to look to the right. Breathe down to your belly, still keeping the breath just through the nose. One more deep inhale. And as we exhale, we'll lift the right leg and left leg follows. Go ahead and bring one hand onto each knee. Begin to take some knee circles, moving the knees in two opposite directions. Just like you're stirring a big pot of soup. And then reverse those circles. Begin to straighten the legs and reach the arms to the wall behind you, stretching like you do when you first wake up. Moving your fingers and your toes, a little wiggle. Take another big breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and roll on up, one vertebrae at a time, finding your way to a seat on the mat. Bring your legs to whatever variation is most comfortable for you. Feel the spine growing nice and tall, crown of the head reaches up to the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders away from your ears. Another big breath in. And exhale, begin to trace the fingertips along an arc to one side. Release the lower arm, pressing just the fingertips down into the earth. And go ahead and look beneath the lifted arm. Allowing the breath to expand the side body. Still pressing your hips down into your mat. And one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and lift on up with strength and control, bringing both hands back up to the sky. Take another big breath in, and exhale, bend to your second side. Release the bottom hand down onto the earth. Again, just those fingertips are on the ground. And look beneath of your right arm. Feel the breath moving through, or look beneath of the lifted arm rather, and feel your breath moving through the side body. Imagine the space you're creating between each of the ribs as you take a deep inhale in. And feel your body relaxing into the posture, settling in as you exhale. Another inhale. And exhale, lift on up. Bringing the hands down to heart center. And then press the hands down onto the knees. Take a couple shoulder rolls back, really squeezing the shoulder blades as you go. And a couple shoulder rolls forward. Begin to extend both legs out in front of you, finding a little bit of a bend in those knees, flexing the feet, pulling the toes towards your face. Wiggle left and right. You should feel those two sits bones pressing down into your mat. Spine is growing nice and tall. Inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Notice that if you wiggle your head side to side, you're going to feel a bicep on either side of your ear. We want to maintain this beautiful line that we have here through the arms and the torso as we take a big breath in. And exhale, hinge at the hips. Reach the hands forward. Feel the shoulders sliding down your back. Chest is coming towards the legs. But our main goal is this beautiful line in the spine. Keep the arms lifted and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release, allowing the arms and the torso to hang heavy. Let the crown of your head press towards the mat. And you want to find this belly to thigh connection. So if you need to bend your legs all the way up here, go for it. You want to press your belly into your thighs. Pull your chin into your chest. And keep on flexing those feet. Another inhale. And exhale, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Give those knees a little bit of a wiggle. And then place the soles of the feet on the mat. Create a hips width distance between your feet. So that's about the same distance as your two fists together. Applying a little bit of action in those legs. You're squeezing them together. Imagine you have a block or put your block between your knees. Feel your torso growing up nice and tall to the sky, lifting from the collarbone. We're going to make some L shapes with our hands and hook them right behind the knees so that the thumbs are on the outer edge of the knees. Begin to squeeze your shoulder blades back and lift your chest up even more to the sky. The gaze is lifting to this place between the ceiling and the wall. Notice the tips of the toes are starting to come onto the mat. And maybe today, this is where you remain, focusing on the length in the spine, knitting the rib cage down, and engaging the abdomen. If you're feeling pretty comfortable here, you can begin to lift the feet up, bringing the shins parallel to the ground. Now, if this is feeling comfortable for you, you can go ahead and release the hands. Maintaining this long line in the spine, squeezing the legs together. And if this is comfortable, you can try extending the legs. Continue breathing down to your belly. We'll hold for 2 more of my breaths. And gently release, bringing the soles of the feet all the way down onto the ground. Hands behind the hips. And windshield wiper your knees side to side. Find stillness and swing your legs around to the side, bringing yourself onto your hands and knees. The fingertips are pointing to the top of your mat. The knees are directly beneath of the hips. You want as much space between the tips of the fingers as possible. We're going to begin to shift our weight forwards and backwards. Pressing your fingers down into the earth. Pulling the belly button into the back of the spine. Getting our hands ready to take on some of our body weight. Feel the belly button pulling into the spine, engaging your abdomen. And find stillness. Turn your fingertips to the edges or to the sides of your mat, so your hands are like this. And begin to rock your weight left and right. Trace a big circle in one direction. And then reverse your circle. Find stillness once again. Go ahead and turn your fingertips back towards your knees. This one can be a little intense, so feel free to take it one hand at a time. And then you can control how much weight you're pressing down into the wrist. Find a little bit of a bend in those elbows just to make sure you're not hyperextending. And if you're doing one hand at a time, go ahead and switch. Breathe down to your belly. And one more, turning the fingertips back towards the knees, and then flipping the hands palm face up. And again, this one you can do one hand at a time as well. And point those fingertips back to the top of the mat. Paw through your hands a little bit, just like a cat does on a blanket. And find stillness. As you inhale, begin to drop your belly down towards the earth. Lift your gaze up to the sky. As you exhale, round through the back of your body, pulling the belly button into your spine. Inhale, belly drops towards the ground, gaze lifts. Imagine touching the back of your head to your tailbone. Exhale, tailbone comes under, chin comes into the chest. Reach the crown of the head forward, tailbone presses back. Begin to tuck the toes under. Push the hips back towards your heels. Press your hands down into your mat and lift the knees up about 2 inches off the earth. Begin to reach the tailbone all the way up and back, finding your way to your first down dog. Feel free to pedal the knees, wiggle the hips, doing whatever you need to feel more comfortable here. The hands are pushing into the earth, allowing your hips to reach even higher up to the sky. Feel free to keep as much of a bend as you would like in your knees here. Let's begin to inhale, shift our weight forward, finding your way to a high plank. Drop the tailbone down, reach the crown of the head forward, and let's lower the knees down onto the mat. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows, lower the chest down to the earth. Inhale, lift the chest up, flip the feet over, tops of the feet press down into the mat. And tuck the toes, hips all the way up and back. Begin to shift your weight into your hands as you tiptoe your feet as slowly as possible, all the way up to the top of your mat. Find a soft bend in the knees. Let the torso hang heavy. Begin to inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. Reach the tailbone back, crown of the head presses forward. And exhale, fold, bending at the knees. Inhale, slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. And exhale, relax the shoulders. Lift those toes up and press them back down into your mat. Go ahead and glance down to make sure that your feet are hips width distance. Again, the two fists together. And we're going to inhale, sweep our arms up. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Pull the belly button into your spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Find a soft bend in the knees. Begin to reach the crown of the head forward and sink your hips back. Finding your way to your imaginary, or sitting down into your imaginary chair. Now if you glance down, you should still see your toes to make sure your knees aren't going too far. Feel the shoulder blades sliding down your back. Pull the belly button into your spine. Find a little bit of pressure between the palms. If you feel like you could be here all day long, drop your hips a little lower. Notice what happens when you lift up the toes. Feel the arches of the feet engaged. And press those toes back down. Begin to shift your way into your left foot. Picking up the right foot and stepping that right foot back. Go ahead and wiggle those right toes back until you find your way even between that front and back foot. We're going to spiral the right heel down onto our mat so that the pinky toe side of the foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Maintaining this strong bend in the front leg, the left leg, knee directly over the ankle. Let's go ahead and bring the arms out to shoulder height. Squeeze the shoulder blades together while still reaching through the fingertips. Tuck your tailbone under. Bring your belly button into your spine. You feel yourself grounding into the pinky toe sides of both feet. Your gaze is out over the left middle fingertip. Let's take an inhale in together. And as we exhale, we're going to begin to reach the left arm forward. And then go ahead and lower left forearm onto left thigh. And reach the right arm up to the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Opening the chest up. Now maybe you want to remain here. Next option, drop the right arm behind your back. You're also welcome to remain here. If you would like, you can bring the left hand onto the inside of your left foot. From here, if this is comfortable, you can reach the left arm beneath of the left thigh and take a bind. But don't forget, you can be anywhere along the way here, whichever is most comfortable for you. So wherever you are, you're pulling the right shoulder back, opening the chest up, grounding into the pinky toe sides of your feet. And begin to lift on up with strength and control. Back to your warrior two. Shoulders squeezing back. Strong bend in the front leg. Begin to straighten that left leg. Feel your hips pushing back. Find a soft bend or a little micro bend in that left leg, just so that you're not locking any joints out. Begin to reach forward once again with the left arm, creating as much space as possible on this underside body before you begin to lower the left arm and lift the right. Feel the hips pushing back, arms are nice and wide. If you need more support, you can rest the left hand on your left shin. If you'd like the challenge, you can remove the left hand. Allow the chest to open up. Feel the arms moving as one unit. You can also place a block beneath of the left hand here as well. Pushing the hips back, Lifting the right rib cage up to the sky and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lift on up. Strength of the side body to get you lifted. Bring the arms down to your sides. Give them a little shake. Hands come onto your hips. Begin to bend back into that left leg. We're going to shift the weight forward. Lift up the right heel. Spiral onto the ball of your right foot. And begin to step the right foot up to meet the left. Taking as many hops to get your way up to the top as you need. And then give your hips a little wiggle, side to side. Find those hips at hips distance. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands press into the shin, reach the crown of the head forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, stepping back to a high plank. Feel free to keep the knees lifted or lower them onto your mat. As you exhale, bend at the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, hips up and back. Slowly tiptoe the feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Find a bend in those knees, let your torso hang heavy. Arms are like noodles by your sides. Inhale, press your hands into your shins, reach the crown of your head forward, press your tailbone back, belly button into the spine, and exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Crown of the head is the last thing to lift. Your feet are at hips width distance, and we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to sink our hips back into our imaginary chair. Shifting those hips back. Make sure you look down, you can still see the toes. Pull the belly button in, tailbone drops, crown of the head is reaching forward. Feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back towards your hips. Carrying your breath through the nose and down to your belly. We're going to begin to shift our weight into our right foot. Lift the left knee into the chest and step the left foot back. Wiggle those left toes all the way back until your weight is nice and even between the front and back foot. Then we're going to spiral the left heel down onto our mat so that the pinky toe side of the foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Strong bend in your front leg, pressing the front knee to the right, tucking the tailbone under, belly button into the spine, arms come out to shoulder height. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together, and feel the extension through the fingertips. Allow your breath to make its way all the way down to your belly. Ground into the pinky toe sides of your feet. Begin to inhale, shift your weight forward. As you exhale, lower the right forearm onto the right thigh. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Feeling the openness in your chest, grounding into the pinky toe sides of your feet. This is option 1. Option 2, drop the left arm behind the back. Your next option is to drop the right arm onto the inside of the right foot. And your last option is to go for a bind. So wherever you are, you're pulling the left shoulder blade back, trying to create as much space through the front of your collarbone as possible. Continue grounding down through the feet, sending the weight into the pinky toe sides of your feet. And let's gently release and lift on back up, bringing the arms to shoulder height. Begin to straighten the front leg. Soft bend, little micro bend in the front knee, and push the hips back. Now we're making space on this right side body here. Begin to reach forward with the right hand. Maintain the little micro bend in the knee, and the arms are moving in one unit. So as the right arm drops, the left arm lifts. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing back, opening the chest up, reaching through the fingertips, grounding into the pinky toe sides, and hold for 2 more of my breaths. And gently lift on up, finding a bend in the knee as you lift if you'd like. And lower the arms down onto your hips. Give them a little shake. Bring your hands back onto the hips. Strong bend in the front leg. Begin to shift the weight forward as you lift up the left heel and spiral onto the ball of your left foot. Begin to bring the weight into that right foot as you hop the left foot up to meet the right. Standing with the feet at the top of the mat. Wiggle the hips side to side. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, soft bend at the knees. Roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Begin to heel toe your feet to the edges of your mat. Keeping your heels on the mat, take your toes onto the hardwood floor. Begin to sink your hips down towards the earth, lifting the crown of the head up. Now, if you have particularly tight hips, feel free to place a block or 2 beneath of your hips, or some of my students take their yogi squat all the way up here. So if you are in your yogi squat up here, you're pressing the thighs and the knees back, lifting the chest up. So regardless if you're down here or up here, okay? So whichever yogi squat variation you're in, feel the knees and the thighs pressing back. Lift the crown of the head forward. Continue breathing all the way down to your belly. And begin to release the hands down onto the mat and lift the hips all the way back up to the sky. Heel toe those feet back in alignment with the hips. And give those knees a little bend. And wiggle side to side. Begin to press your hands down into your mat and step back to a high plank. Drop your knees down onto the earth and walk the knees forward to find your way back to a tabletop position. Creating space between the fingertips, pulling the belly button into the spine. Shift the weight into the right hand and walk the left hand up to the top of the mat. Bring the weight to the left knee and extend the right leg back. Really making sure that you're grounding the right hip to the earth. Press back through the right heel. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, simultaneously lift left arm and right leg. Pressing back through the right heel. Drop the hip a little bit more. Pull the belly button in. Reach through the arm and the leg, pulling them in opposition. And begin to crunch the elbow in to meet the knee. Rounding through the back body. And extend. Reaching the arm and the leg long. Begin to bend the right leg. Reach the left arm back. Now maybe today you're just working on the reaching. If you're able, grab onto the top of the right foot. If you're able to grab onto the foot, begin to kick the foot up to the sky, allowing the chest to open. And if you're still reaching, reach back with the left arm, pull the right foot in, and gently release. Pawing those hands out like a cat once again. Keep those toes untucked. Push the hips back. Walk the hands forward. Child's pose. Inhale, slowly roll on up. Back to your tabletop. Begin to shift your weight into your left hand. Walk the right hand forward. Bring the weight into the right knee and extend the left leg back. Dropping the left hip down to the earth. A little bit of a micro bend in the left elbow. And then simultaneously, on the exhale, lift right arm, left leg. Continue to pull the belly button into the spine. Reaching in opposition. As you take your next exhale, bring the elbow in to meet the knee. Crunching it in. And extend it long. Begin to bend at the left knee. And reach the right arm back. Maybe today you're just reaching. Totally fine. Grounding down through those left fingertips. If you're able to, grab onto the top of the foot and begin to kick the foot up to the sky. Letting your breath travel down to your belly. And wherever you are, gently release. Hands and knees back down onto the mat. Begin to shift the weight forward. Lower the chest all the way down to the earth. Melting the heart onto the ground. And walk those feet back. Coming all the way onto your belly. Bring the arms along the sides of your body. Begin to squeeze the shoulder blades back. Engaging the glutes. Squeezing the feet together. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, simultaneously lift the torso and the feet off of your mat. If you'd like, you can keep the hands on the earth. You can begin to add them in. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Give me 1 more inch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Resting one cheek on the earth, bending at the knees, and windshield wipe your legs side to side. And find stillness. Bring the nose and forehead back onto the mat. Take your hands and place them directly beneath the shoulders. Begin to lift the chest up just enough so you can slide the forearms forward with the elbows beneath the shoulders, hands in line with the elbows. Feel those elbows stacking down beneath the shoulder and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Try and create as much space as you can along the neck. Relaxing the glutes. breath moving through the sides of your body. Notice your gaze beginning to soften. And bring the hands directly beneath the shoulders. Use the strength of your arms to press yourself up into a cobra and press your hips back for a child's pose. Walking the hands forward on the mat. Allow your breath to move through the back of your body. And slowly roll on up, one vertebrae at a time. Crown of the head is the last thing to lift. Go ahead and swing your legs around to the side. Bring the heels of your feet up to the top of your mat. Making a nice C shape with the spine once again. And then slowly rolling all the way down onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest and wrap the arms around the shin. Notice how this posture feels in your body. Think back to when we did this very same pose at the beginning of this practice. Notice what's changed. Maybe notice what feels the same. Maybe the difference is in your hips. They're feeling a little more open. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more length along the back of your spine. Maybe you're feeling more openness in the shoulders, a bit more strength in the arms and the abdomen. Just simply noticing, no judgment. And begin to bring one hand onto each knee. Bringing the knees towards the armpits. Flex the feet. Keep the heels all the way up to the sky. While still keeping this tailbone flat on your mat, bring the arms onto the outsides of the legs and grab onto your calves, your ankles, or your heels. Pulling the knees down to the sides towards the armpits. Pressing your tailbone down onto the mat. Continue to flex your feet. And then maybe you want to have a little fun with it. Rock side to side. Straighten one leg and then the other. Straighten both legs. Just do whatever feels fun here. And find some stillness. Releasing the legs. Extending them long onto your mat. Letting those toes fall to the sides. Tucking your shoulder blades beneath of your body. Allowing your torso and the legs and the feet. Just let everything weigh heavy down into your mat. Allowing the eyes to softly close. Allow your awareness to begin to drift back to your breath. Taking the inhale through the nose, down the back of your throat, into your lungs, and then all the way down to the bottom of your belly. And as you exhale, the belly falls, the chest relaxes, and the breath leaves back out through the nose. allowing those big, deep breaths continue to easily travel throughout your torso. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Noticing that place along the back of your skull that's pressing into your mat. Feel the eyebrows relaxing. Allow your eyes to relax into the eye socket. Notice the muscles in your face are releasing. Feel your jaw begin to soften. Allow the tip of your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth, letting the breath easily travel down the back of the throat. Feel that little space that lies behind the neck, where the air can easily pass beneath. Notice the heaviness of your shoulders releasing into the ground. Feeling that heavy feeling spreading down through the arms and the elbows, the wrists and the hands. And even notice the very tips of your fingers as they seamlessly float in space. Let the awareness carry back up through the arms, into the shoulders, and back into the chest. The awareness begins to travel down through the torso. Allow it to settle on the softness of your belly. Feeling how easily your belly rises and falls, moving in time with your breath. We've been feeling the rib cage expanding and contracting as you breathe in and out. Feel the backs of the hips pressing down into your mat. Notice the legs weighing heavy. Feel the tops of the thighs. And imagine the muscles in the legs just melting off of the bone, releasing into the earth. Notice the top of your shins. And feel your calves melting into the mat. Notice the little space behind your ankle where the air can easily pass by. Feel the heels of your feet pressing down into the earth. Becoming aware of the soles of your feet. And even the very tips of your toes. Allowing your entire body to relax into the ground beneath you. Allow your awareness to drift to the sounds of your space. Noticing the sounds of my voice. Be hearing the sounds of your own breath. Begin to notice any external sounds. Maybe birds are chirping outside. Maybe you can hear cars driving by. Whatever it is that you notice for your surroundings, simply become aware of it without any judgment. Beginning to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing a bit of movement back into your body. And with the eyes still closed,